Hello everybody and welcome back to Transport Fever, a brand new series. um, Before I get started, there's a couple of things I want to say. That last map, yes, that was completely different to what I'm normally doing. Um, yeah, I just needed a break from the repetition. Because of the way the previous map had ended, I was really frustrated with the game. I put all that work in and I thought I was going to be able to finish that map off, and then suddenly it crashing the way it did. It really got me wound up, and I needed a break from what I was doing. I also felt that the amount of time lapses and the amount of music that I was putting into the videos was too much as well. I need to break that up a little bit more. Um, so there's going to be less talking, more building, more getting on with things. I'm going to do things properly this time. I've got a really good plan laid out for this map. Um, it's rather complicated. It's very complicated actually. It's very convoluted, but I've got it all planned out. I've got it all mapped out. I know where all the industries are going, and I'm hoping it's going to turn out pretty good. And I'm going to be able to decorate it as much as possible. So there's definitely going to be a lot of scenery coming. Right, so this is the map. I think it's 8 kilometers by 4 kilometers. There's 10 towns. Um, I've got the land level set at 15 meters above the sea level, so the, even the roads that are already set, uh, the ships can get under them. That's if I'm going to use ships. I'm not sure yet. I was thinking I might have a passenger service coming around. I'm going to do some docks. There's going to be a lot of train line. There's going to be a lot of tracks, a lot of sidings and things. I've been looking at some model railway layouts again. Um, I've got some pretty nice layouts. I'm not going to copy them. I'm just going to. There's a few ideas I like on them. Um, so yeah, I drew this. I sort of drew all this myself and put the tent. I did it all before I did the map. I've got the advanced industries on as well, so these accept fuel now as well. But that gives me more options when I'm placing the industries. I can have truck stops in them and things. Some of them. I thought I could. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, so some of them I can have bus stops, truck stops, worker demand, so forth. Um, we're going to be using them. Right, I'm just going to pause it because the game's running on a little bit. I've got some settings altered. The day length, the time length is set to the maximum, so 8,000 milliseconds per day, which is the slowest the game will run at. I've also got the town growth set to 50%. So the towns are going to grow slowly, the game's going to run slowly. I've got no costs on because I want to get on and get it built. As you can see, I've also reduced the amount of trees that are on the map. I scaled those right down as well, so there's no clumps of forest anywhere. We'll go and add the foresty bits in as we go around. That means we should have no frame rate issues. I should be able to get as much as I can done. Probably run into the 60s, 70s, maybe 80s. Get it all built. And then once it's all done, once it's all complete, then I'm going to put the settings back to normal and then let it grow until the frame rate starts to slow down. And then we can sort of see it develop over time then. So I'm going to build first and then let the game grow later, rather than letting the game grow while I'm building, because that's been an issue as well. So yeah, we're going to get started in a minute. No point me really talking you through the map because there's that much sort of bits and pieces here and there that I'm going to join up. So I'll explain it as I go on. I'll explain it as I build it. So I'm going to get into a speed build to start with. I'm going to start working on this area down here to start. I've got the farm here connected to the food place here. and I've got plans for rail lines all the way around. Get the industries in. You'll see how we go. Right, I'm going to jump into a speed build. Alright, I'll be back in a bit. Right, so we have a rather large depot, or three. It'll be a little bit jerky because I've just reloaded the game. I actually did this last night. I want to do some more before the end of this episode, so don't worry, that's not all of it. But yeah, I think that's looking quite nice, looking quite good. Now, this track coming round here is for a purpose. So there is going to be a train that is going to use this, and it's going to come through the depot yard along here, coming down here where it's going to cross over there onto that line and then head out that way. All will become clear about that a little later on when I've got the route set up. I've not got the route set up yet at all. Yeah, route's rather complicated. But that's a good start. That looks quite effective. I like that. I'm looking forward to coming through that on the train. I need to go and connect up the front of the town, obviously, and I need to start figuring out where all the other tracks are going to go. I'm not sure what I'm going to work on today. There's a number of options. I could go and build the whole line, but I do want to do some decorating as well. I'm probably going to decorate up here somewhere, probably put a big church in here, or on this side, something that's quite visible on the way in. And this side would be better actually, because then you get to see it coming, well, as soon as you turn this corner, you get to see it in the distance. I've left this side closed at the moment because basically I don't want the AI start expanding out here, but like I said, I've got the expansion down to 50%, so, and I'm not running the game on just yet. I need to get a lot more connected up, and I need to go and actually choose some trains as well. I haven't got any train mods on at all at the moment apart from the assets, so we're only using vanilla assets down here. That's fine. Yeah, my idea with the decorating on this one is I'm going to be doing large areas of decoration, but stuff that's relatively quick to do. I think on the, well, not the last map, we can forget about that last map, that was just me having a bit of a break from it. The one before that, I was concentrating far too much on too small detail areas, putting too much little detail in that you don't really get to see when you're on the trains or doing the flybys. You barely see it at all. So the idea with this map is I'm going to be doing a lot more sort of quicker but bigger areas, so I'll be able to get through it at a reasonable pace, but there's a lot of work to do, but I'm not going to get bogged down 2 or 3 episodes doing one small area, try to build fairgrounds and things like that. It's going to be mostly industrial, I think. Yeah, mostly industrial and utilitarian to a certain degree. We're going to have that big power station back as well at some point. So yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do next. And we have a thunk about it, and then I'll get into doing something. Right, I'm gonna have a couple of minutes to have a look at my map and can have a think about what I want to do, and then I'm gonna go and jump in and do something, and I shall be back shortly. Right, well, that's the start of the industry laid out. um, yeah, I need to do a bit more planning before I carry on. I need to figure out what lines going where and stuff, and there's going to be a little shunter coming down here. Well, a few little shunters coming back and forward. One's going to hit this station and come round into one platform. One's going to come to there and come round to one platform. There's going to be trains coming out around all the way around the map. I'm going to have various industry around the map, around the outsides. I am going to do some landscaping. I am going to raise some of the terrain, but I want to get the train lines in first. As you can see, it's already starting to get complicated. Like I said, I do have a relative plan. I do have a reasonably good plan laid out. It is subject to change and slight alterations here and there. But I am doing things with ideas in mind. For example, the reason I've pulled these off like this, obviously we're not going for profit on this one. There's no money on them. I might as well pay that back. Yeah, well, I'm not running my costs on because I'm going all out with the decorating on this series. But yeah, basically I wanted sort of queuing area where the trains could come in and slow down, where they're off the main track, because there's going to be a lot of traffic coming through here. It's going to be quite a bit of a bottleneck, so if there are going to be queuing, I want them sort of queuing in sections where a full train can fit in each section, basically. We'll try to avoid the queuing if we can help it. I might actually add another track to this section. Oh no, I've got 6. Yeah, if I pull another track off there, I was thinking I'd put 5 across it. I've actually put 6 across. No, that's even better. Yeah, because then the trains that are coming down to this area down here, I can actually send them up the middle, whilst these can sort of argue between themselves who's getting out first. Yeah, so, right. I would show you my plan. I'd challenge anybody to be able to make head and tail of the squiggles all over the piece of paper that I've got in front of me. I might take a picture of it and show it you next episode, just for a laugh. Definitely not a professional plan. But yes, I'm definitely gonna finish this map, and I'm gonna finish this map before it starts growing. I might let it grow a little bit once we get the trains on the go. Once we get some trains going, I'll let the time run on a little bit. But first, I need to get all the routes in. I need to get all the rail in. There's going to be absolutely loads of rail. There's going to be a lot more decorating. There's going to be a lot more areas like this. Nice sort of industrial areas. And I'm only sticking to stable mods from now on. Any mods that were causing me problems before are gone and staying gone. I'm only sticking to the ones, even if it means limited scenery that I can actually put in. You know, I'm aiming this time to make it look a lot more like a model railway rather than just going bonkers up in the mountains. One of these stations has to be changed because they're both the same. I don't know. I might leave them. They're nice big grand stations. I like them. I did try putting. I've got. What's the other one? I've got. Oh, the Dresden Neustadt. I did try putting that in there, but yeah, it's ridiculous. I couldn't get it to lower down, and it would have meant having the track going up and down. That's why I did this map completely flat. It is, all the terrain is completely level, so that all the tracks are going to be level. And like I said, once I've got all the tracks in, I'll go and start raising the land here and there and do some landscaping, make some cliffs, and I don't think I'll be putting any waterfalls in because that was one of the mods that was causing crashes and stuff, so I won't be putting any of them in. But yeah, well, that's a start anyway. At least I didn't build the old train track in the first episode like I used to do. I wouldn't have had a chance anyway. There's going to be a fair few episodes before I get all the lines completed. But what I'm going to do some decorating in each episode, and I'll do some building in each episode and sort of break it up in between. So we'll have half and half. So yeah, some decorating, some scenery, 15-20 minutes of scenery, and then 15-20 minutes of building. That probably wasn't 15-20 minutes because I spent more time thinking than I did doing. Probably took me longer to do this bit than it did that bit because I kept pausing it and sort of thinking, right, where do I want this, where do I want that? And I may move it around a little bit yet, but there's a lot more work. Like I said, I'm going to put big docks in here and stuff, so all of this is going to be joined up and all made sense of. There will be sidings in here and there, and new roads coming in and out. We're going to have trucks going in and out, little shunters on it and everything. There are going to be some routes coming down this way because I need some industry down in the middle here as well. But we shall get there, bit by bit. Anyway, I'm really happy with that how that turned out. Really like that. Quite a funky depot. Right, I'm going to call it a night. Alright, thanks everybody again for watching, and I shall see you really soon for another episode. Good night.